Number 9? I guess this would be 9. I'm gonna raise this. So I isolated this fish with king 10, flop 2 pair. Hopefully he doesn't have ace 10 or ace king that limped. But we have made a committing raise against both of those stacks. So if he has it, we're going broke. I'm just gonna put him in right here. It's less than 2/3 pot. He can definitely have queen jack sometimes, but maybe you could bet a little smaller since he folded. And we'll fold deuce 5. I am trying to... what's going on here? Let's go to Creator Studio. Let's pull up the live stream and make sure this music's not too loud. Got some Spotify. And I will throw up the old hold manager graph. Alright, I'm timing out of tables here. Alright, I was just checking the old, oh, this is not a turbo grind. This is road to 5K stream 9. Okay. So yeah, ace king takes it down. We the very first hand before we started streaming, I had pocket jacks, 3-bet from the big blind against a medium stack. Flop came ace queen 3-handed. I just check folded. And then we had one second ago. We won a decent pot, but nothing too crazy. I think we're up $15 or something. Yeah, we got the graph there. I'm gonna make that a little smaller so if we actually find another table like I want. Come on. Refresh, please refresh. There we go. And we're in another table. This one actually looks good. Some bigger stacks. Some of these are kind of small. So probably play about an hour session. And I'm playing music in the background, really hoping that YouTube doesn't pick up on the soft music. I'm not sure if it'll mute portions of this after the stream is over, but we'll see. I'd rather be able to listen to some music while grinding out some hands, so I'm going to try and find a way to make that work. So if you hear some faint music, I do have it turned down in OBS. Alright, ace king on the top right. See how he reacts to the under the gun open. He's taking his time to think here. Not gonna play with chips during the stream. It's my New Year's resolution. So that the audio doesn't get messed up. Fold king 5 against the button open. We're kind of readless right now, so I would fold king 5 anyway, but especially readless, we're just going to play very straightforward. I'm going to fold queen 4, though, with all that... getting that price, it's tempting to call with a very wide range. I think queen 4, you can still fold. Queen 5, especially offsuit. Jack 8 will fold. It's actually more than a 3x. Made $1.62. All right, what we got here? Ace 4, I'll raise on the button. Yeah, there it is. Easy fold with Jack 3. Alright, we'll complete with the suited queen. We stole there. We flop top pair. We'll try and check it through. Hopefully it checks through. And then get like two half-size pot bets if the board comes something good. Like Jack 3, no clubs. Be a very good run out for our hand. This guy open limped under the gun, so he should have a wide range. It has some queens, some sixes, some flush draws, some air, some ace highs, so we are going to call here. See what we can do. It's also been very aggressive over 11 hands, so might just be going for the call down. I'm not going to let him check this back if he has ace high, though. So the only hand that's beating us pocket sixes and queen 8, both of which are very unlikely, given that we're holding a queen. And he folds river. Maybe you should give him another chance to bluff. I think sometimes ace high will just call there. I think I bet a little too quick, but I don't really want to see him check back ace high or a weirdly played pocket pair and me kind of sit there going, I wish I had bet that. This guy's stack size is kind of annoying. So if I c-bet large here, I'm going to be in a spot where I feel like I need to call his shove. If I bet 3, it would be 5 more. We'll just check back. I'm going to bet this turn. So we take that one down. This one, yeah, we're going to have obvious river fold with king high. No clue what he's repping, but we can't beat even his bluffs, really. So we'll fold. 6-7. I guess he's repping 6-7, a boat, ace 3. Ace jack, pretty clear open. I open it under the gun. I definitely open it from middle position. Looks like we're going to go to a flop, and I'm not going to have position, but our hand is pretty strong, and I'll c-bet a lot of boards, so I feel decent about it. This is not a board I'm going to c-bet. We don't really have anything. We don't even have a heart, so we're not blocking any flush draws. We don't have any backdoor flush draw possibilities. Our real shot at hitting the best hand would be an ace, would probably give us the best hand. A jack might be good, and then, of course, a running nut straight would be great, but 3 ways, especially with that stack size, I think I'm just going to let it go. Yeah, and after he calls, I would at least consider my options against such a small bet, but we're just going to let that go. All right, we're going to fold 7-8. I often open this. Maybe I should still just open it to 3x. A lot of its value comes from stealing. And we know we're not stealing with a 3x, but I also don't want a 4 or 5x it to isolate with a suited connector from early position, so I'm going to take the low variance route and just fold it. Now, we did turn a gut shot to the nut straight. And curious how much he bet on the turn. He took it down with a bet. I wasn't looking. But, I mean, we're not going to play a hand where we go like check, call, so maybe I should just c-bet that flop. We got middle pair and an open-ended straight draw against a min-raise pre-flop that went 4 ways. If he bets and he folds, I think I'm going to put in a committing raise. We're almost never drawing dead. I mean, 8-10 has us drawing to the chop. I don't see them having 8-10 super often, especially with us holding an 8. So it checks to him, and now he's deciding whether he wants to bet. He was bluffing last hand. I think we might go for some bluff call plus our equity. This might be an okay spot. 9-10 jack. This guy's got a double gutter. That guy had top pair. King 5 is going to win that $27 pot. Ooh, he comes along. I'm less thrilled with that. a lot less thrilled with that. All right, we're just going to fold king, queen. It's a beautiful hand. And that is a beautiful flop. There's a lot of draws out there, so our 7 can actually be good sometimes. I mean, I still have a bunch of equity, so I'm gonna call this. Yeah, he must have had a draw. I think he would have at least thought about betting a 9 on the river. Nope, not that hand. Wow. So we're holding his straight out. Not his straight flush out, but he wanted an 8 for the straight. He had a pair and a straight flush draw, so can't blame him for betting that aggressively. I wouldn't go full pot personally, because he kind of runs into the problem he has with us where, like, it really cuts down on the possibility that maybe he's getting value from a flush draw or a straight draw. On the other hand, I think he wanted to... I'm going to make a rare check back here. I don't think he has a ton of just ace-high hands. If he does, he'll bet the river, and we'll make up that value when he bets and we raise. Raise. Yeah. I don't think we missed a ton of value on the river, because no draws. I mean, unless you had 2 diamonds, but that seems unlikely. Fold to steal, no stats. I'll just fold 5-8 out of position right now. Fold ace-3 over here. Do a little update for our, nope, not that. Hit refresh, so we're up about a buy-in. Not bad. It's a lot of queens. King 4 will fold. So this guy plays aggressively. Now the hand he ended up showing was pretty strong, so it doesn't mean just because he's aggressive that he's completely bluffing every pot. By the way, this is a very strange bet as well, but probably not a bad bet. If you had quads, you should probably still check, but if you have a decent boat, I think you should bet there. And a small bet's okay. You're not afraid of much. Even as like a bluff with 9-10 where you can hit a boat, that's probably best. I think that's a legitimate bet. I might go slightly larger just so I don't get floated by some hands that I'll not really know what I want to do against, but I think it's okay. I mean, if you're going to size your bets small, your bluffs small, it works out well in that it doesn't have to succeed very often. The problem is it also allows them to defend pretty wide against you profitably. So it doesn't have to work well. It doesn't have to work very often, but it also doesn't work super often. So something to keep in mind. That is the trade-off of bluffing small. And of course, the flip side of that, value betting small, you get called more often, but it's for a smaller bet. So got to keep it all, take it all in perspective there. I'm going to move the mic back a little bit. All right, we'll defend against the min bet. Oh, gut shot. A little gut shot here too. We'll just float one. I think we're going to call here. I'm not thrilled with there being 2 hearts out there, but if a non-heart queen rolls out, all right. Very curious. I guess this is like a king-9 type hand, king-queen type hand. Queen Jack. I really can't figure this one out. He's super aggressive post-flop, too. Might just strap in and call this. It's so bizarre. I guess he's leading king-queen or something? Yeah, that's the nut straight. I wasn't thrilled about the call, and usually it's a snap fold for me. I couldn't figure out what he was repping, and I never put him on ace-queen there. Such a bizarre way to play ace-queen. And he's just so aggressive post-flop, I kind of decided to look him up. Probably should have knitted it up there. Explains why his flop bet seemed weak and his turn and river seemed strong, though. His river bet did seem really strong, just the timing of it. And I mean, problem is he's repping like a lot of hands that I didn't think he could have. I did not put him on ace-queen. But his 3-bet is 0%, so maybe I should have at least considered some queen-9, ace-queen hands. I still expect people to lead gut shots very often. I used to raise almost every ace from the cutoff, and I've actually tightened it up quite a bit. So that's why we've got some folds here. What a flop decent. It's a decent flop for ace deuce. Bottom pair with a gut shot on a board that shouldn't smash a ton of people's calling ranges super hard. Though sometimes you're in a lot of trouble against a set, 5-6, ace-5. King deuce will fold, queen 8 will complete. There's a king. A little fishy. I don't know. If that bet size gets larger, I think we're going to have to fold. I'll let him bluff one more time. It also keeps me... Okay, well, we definitely have the best hand after he snap checks. I considered betting like $1 there, but if he raises, it's just like a gross spot where they always have an ace. But sometimes you're tempted to be like, well, maybe since I bet so small, he's bluffing. Why would he check back the turn with an ace? I don't know. I also would like him to bluff one more card, given the chance. Yeah, if I bet 50 cents there, I think he calls with king high. So I kind of wish I had bet like 50 cents or $1 or something. I don't know if he calls $1 with king high, though. Maybe. Pocket sevens, UTG, we will raise. And my c-bet won right there, which was nice. We didn't really have a ton of equity, but paired boards are good for c-bets. It just makes it so much less likely someone has a pair. Not a super great board. Jacks, 9-10, some hands, but I still think it's worth a c-bet. And then I would probably just give up on the turn, depending on what it is. Now, if a 7 came out, I'd definitely bet, though it does complete 9-10. But he folds pretty quickly. There's still a ton of hands in a fish's calling range that just whiff that flop in every way. And this guy's calling 46, so like all sorts of just like baby aces. Now I'd prefer he's there with a baby ace, but I'm never going to know it, and I'm playing out of position, so him just folding his equity and us ending the hand is actually okay with me. King 10, yeah. Pop it up. I was not expecting the overcall. We just raised last hand, so maybe someone will play back at us soon. I'm going to give this one up with him behind me. I don't need to bluff call a bunch. Oh, that's 10 deuce right there. Probably would have been good, though this guy seems to be happy with his hand. He could have kings up, 10-7, a set. He could have some hands. Yeah, it's a very big bet. I'm not sure our two pair would have been good here. And we do get played back at here. So that's nice. Shove. Shove ace king off. I don't think this guy's floating. I think he has something. His full to c-bet's 100, so I don't think he's getting way out of line. All right. So unfortunately, it looks like everybody else folded down here. I'm going to put in a 4-bet. Love him to just jam pre. And he does. It's a good flop for us. Yeah, he's drawn dead on the turn. Nice. Aces are good. He shoved really quick there. I don't have a problem with getting ace-king in pre, especially if he's running a HUD and he sees I'm like 31, 25. I haven't 3-bet yet, but he knows I might be kind of loose and splashy, so maybe he's like, hey, ace-king is the nuts here, and it does block aces and kings. So shoving it's not crazy. Now, he didn't think very long. He was kind of just like, I've got ace-king, I'm going in. I think you should at least think about it and take a look at the stats. I don't think there's any way he could have came to a super logical conclusion that quickly unless he had already decided, like, hey, if this guy 4-bets for any amount, I'm just going to instantly jam. But he shouldn't expect me to ever be 4-betting out of position as a bluff because I've never even 3-bet yet. And usually he's flipping at best, unless I lose my mind with ace-jack suited or ace-queen, or some total bluff. So I like shoving ace-king. It gets some like pocket 2s, 3s, 4s to fold. I don't personally 4-bet those, but some people might. On the flip side, when it all goes in, you're usually flipping at best. People just don't commit with ace-queen pre the way they used to back in like 2007. I feel like ace-king was just like a slam dunk all-in pre, where these days it feels like a little less so. Yeah, we're going to fold there. Fold to steal 33%. Yep, we'll get rid of 8-3, short stack. We'll get rid of 5-3 against that stack. We'll fold a7 early-ish position. I'll complete 7-5. Try and go 3 ways to the flop. Out of position makes it less nice. It's actually not a bad flop for us. There shouldn't be a ton of aces, at least good aces out there. And of course we have the flush draw, so I'm going to try and just take it down. Man, he called really quick. I don't know if I can get him off of anything, but I can probably maybe get him off sometimes and set the price if I bet turn. Problem is 10-jack got there. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to fire this. I don't think he'll trust me. He also has some jacks in his range. I'll probably check back and show ace-8 and I'll puke. Okay, he's never folding that. I mean, he played it horrendously, obviously, but he's not folding a set there. Unless I want to overbet jam, and even then I just think he like thinks for 10 seconds and then says, I call. Alright, we'll call here. Ace-king now has us locked up, though we did turn an open-ender against some hands that beat us. And when he checks back the turn, I think we'll bet fold river for half pot. I just got an invite to play some Counter-Strike, so might hop off, make this a short session. Alright, we missing hands. What am I missing here? Ace deuce fold, ace 6 is close but we'll fold. I will ISO with ace jack, and I will sit out next big blind on each of these, and we'll make this a short session. Ace 6 again. All right, we get called behind. There's going to be at least $5 in the pot with a $14 stack. So we're looking at a SPR of 3. If we have a pair of aces, we'll be committed. If we have a top pair of jacks, we'll be committed. Actually, a flop we are not committed to in any way. I'm gonna call in position here against the min raise, and I'm not gonna c-bet this flop. We got 3 hands, very drawy board. I just don't think we get folds often enough. Make a little bit of a loose open. I like these suited connectors. This guy's VP is 40. I probably shouldn't be opening 7-4 there. We'll c-bet the paired board though. Hope I don't get floated very often, but I might. I'm not even gonna keep bluffing. This is a guy with a VP IP of 40, and this completed some draws and also gave some draws a pair, so they now have a pair and a draw, and it didn't really do much for us, so I'm gonna check and lose a little bit on the red line. Nothing too crazy. Oh no, I'm not back. Stop. Alright, we're getting off of that. I'm going to give up on this one. And the big blind is going to be coming around for all these tables. Queen 10 we will fold, and that'll make us out of that one. 2-5 will fold in that one, and we're already out of this one. So short session today. I was going to play about an hour, but no one's really watching right now, which is fine, and frankly, I'd rather play some Counter-Strike, so I'm going to hop off. So anybody who does stop by, watches this video later, we booked a little win. Looks like our ending stats were 68-83 up, not bad, ran good, got aces in against ace-king, and a couple other nice hands. So thanks for watching.